Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another video here on the channel, man. We are back with Ghost of Yōtei, and we're almost finished. After this video, there's one more, and then we can put it in the finished bin until Ghost of Yōtei Legends come out. Real quick before we get started, I just want to say, in the future, I will try to not have series go on for this long. It's something I've been thinking about for a while, and this isn't how I wanna like run my channel, you know. Like, I want to get series out not as quickly as possible because I do want to enjoy the game, but I want to get it out in a timely manner so that we have time to enjoy other games. So from here on out, from the time that this video is posted, from I want to say the end of January, I will be trying to clean up and wrap up as many as the series on my channel that I haven't finished, which would include The Evil Within, Split Fiction. I don't really know. I think there's like two more, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Let me take a double check. Tell Me Why, and Fears to Fathom. So I'm gonna start off with The Evil Within, then we're gonna do Fears to Fathom, Tell Me Why. Maybe not in that order, but you get the gist. I'm gonna try to finish up so series. Like I said, Split Fiction isn't not a one-player game. It definitely depends on another person, so I do have to talk to the big homie Ash to see if he will even be willing to finish that game out with me. If not, then, you know, it's just gonna go down in the books as one of the series I just didn't finish. But hopefully he has an open mind to the fact. Anyway, let's get into the video, man. So last time we were together, we definitely defeated the Kitsune. The Kitsune's name is off our list. We have half of the Yōtei 6 hunted down and defeated. We defeated the snake, then the Oni, then the Kitsune. Next, all we have are the Saito brothers, the dragon and the spider, and Saito himself. Kind of starting off right where we left off. There was a mission that we needed to go infiltrate a Lord Saito's training camp. I guess he's he wants to recruit people for his war. He needs more bodies. You know, we say the password to get in because the door was password protected. The main goal isn't, you know, we're not trying to like blend in and wait a few months until Atsu is granted an audience with Saito now. Like, she wants to get this over and done with right now. You know, we do the usual. We sneak around. We use our shinobi skills. We're hiding in tall grass and everything like that. We cut down all the soldiers who stand in our way. And then baby girl Atsu gets to the top where Saito is being briefed on a situation. And I definitely pressed triangle or square, whatever the button was. I definitely pressed the assassination button. But Saito, I don't know if he got ultra instinct or what, but he kind of sensed it. Cuddy ducked out the way. He ducked out the way, and then yeah, we had a conversation when Saito realized that the Onyo was in fact the swordsman's daughter. And then it was a weird thing where it was like he kind of like invited us to have a duel with him. So we fought for a little bit, and right before I was about to kill him, Clan Matsumai launched an attack on the Saito training camp. I don't know if it was like a cannonball or like an explosive or what, but something landed right in front of Atsu as she was about to deliver the finishing blow on Saito. And surprise, Hanbei was actually the person who dragged us out of the rubble and saved us. And if you don't know who Hanbei was, I think he was considered the best bounty hunter in the land. Damn, what is it called? Ezo? Is it Ezo? I think, I don't know, I can't remember. But he was definitely considered one of the best bounty hunters. He taught Atsu the dual wielding style. Got a Kirito on, and and he only has one arm. I don't know if I said that or not, but he tried to, you know, tell Atsu kind of to stop her hunt for the Yōtei 6, only because looking at it now, bro, like that hatred eats you up. Like it does. And I think that was the main point that he was trying to get across. But Atsu was like, nah, bro, like this is who they made me, son. And I ain't never gonna stop till they all dead. So after the failure at the Saito training camp, Atsu actually returns back to the crib, and Jubei is actually waiting for her back home. and they both kind of relived the night of their parents' murder. And I'm pretty sure Jubei has said that he hadn't been home since their parents both got murdered. They walk around for a little bit, looking in the house, around the house, reliving on the good times and the bad, right? They played, I think Jubei found him and Atsu's mother, I think is Zeni Hajiki, I think that's the name of the game, with when you flip the coins and stuff. They start playing, start reminiscing on the old days. But then, like, the worst possible thing in the world happens, and Oyuki shows up, and introductions are in order. And I don't know why she said this, but she was like, you knew me as the Kitsune. Again, terrible decision. I don't know why she made that, but I guess honesty is the best policy. But he doesn't trust her, which is fair, because neither did Atsu. But she had some very solid intel that the Saito brothers were going to attack. What is it called? They were going to attack Oshima Coast. I think that's what it is, Oshima Coast. And they were planning on attacking Matsumai Castle, which is where Jubei lives. And he couldn't let that stand, bro. So he rushed off to go, defend his home with his brethren. And Atsu and Oyuki stayed behind. They had a little talk, and then after that, I'm pretty sure we headed directly for the gate where you could pass into Oshima Coast. So we arrive at the Oshima Coast gatehouse, and it turns out that Saito, stupid ass, bitch ass, he already launches attack, and he has his sons actually leading the attack, and they kind of decimate to a town of civilians. And I think the Saito brothers specifically are the only ones of the Yōtei 6 that actually use firearms. Seeing this, Jubei his testosterone levels are through the roof right now. So he ends up, gathering some men, whoever's left standing, Atsu and Oyuki, and he's like, what, bro? Instead of them attacking the civilians, they gonna have to attack us instead. So he leads a counter attack. He leads like his own separate attack to cut down the forces, right? So we get through the first wave, and then I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were at like a beach with like a Matsumai point at it. And it was Jubei, Oyuki, and Atsu standing, and then they were like, we're gonna wait until nighttime, we're gonna sneak around. And Jubei wanted to go in guns blazing, like right then and there. And then he tells Atsu that he has someone very important and someone that he cares deeply about, where Saito's forces are kind of setting up camp, but at the end of the day, we decided to go in at night, do my sneak ninja shit. And after that, what happened, bro? I'm just trying to whatchamacallit. After that, we get to where they're holding up some hostages, and then the game made the worst decision they could have ever made in their life. They give baby girl Atsu a blicky. They give her a rifle, bro. Oh my god, they give her a rifle, bro. And we end up rescuing the hostages, and then Jubei is going off. He's screaming, Kiku, where are you? It's safe to come out now, Kiku. Come on, you're good. Let's go home. And then we get an introduction to what I think is probably one of the most funniest characters in this whole game. And that's including Magoro, bro. Yeah, now Kiku is definitely funny as shit, and she's real because she's a child, and she don't got no filter. Kiku is Jubei's daughter and Atsu's niece for the longest, and I just find it interesting that for the longest time Atsu thought she had no family, man. And not only did she find out her brother was alive, and she found someone to care for in Oyuki, but now she finds out that she has another blood relative, man. It was just amazing. It was amazing. Happy moment. I was crying a little bit. Manly tears. Manly tears. Like they was coming down like bullets, like just straight down to the floor type shit. After everything that happened, rescuing Kiku. You know, I need to clear my head with all this new information. I need to process everything. So, and you know, we have a brand new area to explore. So I did that too. And you know, I just did a whole bunch of side missions. I explored a little bit. You know, the usual, bro. Wolf dens, fucking what do they call it? Bounties, all that in a bag of chips. You know what I mean? But you know, after my little side quest, we met up with Jubei and Kiku at Jubei's estate, and I don't know, bro. She was like doing like flower arrangements or something like that. I don't know nothing about no flowers, except for roses and sunflowers and daffodils and violets. Is violets a flower? I think they is. And lilies. Love me some lilies. But yeah, we met up with Jubei and Kiku at the estate, and Jubei had to go talk to Commander Wada, who was like you know, the main man of Clan Matsumai. And somehow I looked through the footage myself, and I still don't understand how we got here, but somehow Atsu and Kiku end up going to rob the armory to steal medicine for the civilians who are staying in Castle Matsumai because of the war. But like, how did you even, like, you know, like, how do you even come to that idea? And then I think she said that it wasn't her first time doing it either, so it was kind of crazy. But you know, after we stole the medicine, we gave it out to the citizens, and Commander Wada wanted to talk to Atsu, and then some new information came to light that the dragon had taken possession of a Matsumai lighthouse, and that they knew that was his location right now. Like the information was fresh, you know, it was fresh. So they come up with a plan. They're gonna go there. So while Jubei and his men are distracting the dragon's forces, Atsu was to go after the dragon directly, and you know, you know, kill him. But you know, it didn't work. Not at all, actually. And in my defense, I was climbing that ladder, bro. Like, I had his Tootsie Wootsies right in Atsu's face. All she had to do was, instead of like climb, all she had to do was like put her hand out, bro, and pull his ass down. But you know, good gameplay, I guess. Oh yeah, after the mission fails, we do some more side missions, and there was one in particular that really stuck with me. It was Haro trying to escort a bunch of civilians who were, you know, affected by the war and everything like that, trying to escort them to Castle Matsuma, the castle, bro, the castle on Oshima Coast. All right. He didn't need Atsu's help, but like he low-key did. Like, he was kind of putting up a front that like he had done this a couple times before, and people were jittery, and they just wanted someplace safe. And you know, Atsu landed him a hand, because as much as he pissed me off throughout the whole series, he's still a kid, and I didn't want to see him get hurt, you know, puffing his chest and stuff like that. But after that, which was my favorite part of this whole game, is that we met up with the big homie Uegetsu, and he tells us that he's looking a blade of strong renown, the Storm Blade. And then, if that name sounds familiar, it is the blade of the ghost of Tsushima Island, bro. So we traveled through the mountains. We follow this fox who knows pretty much where everything is. We get a look inside what really happened to the big homie Jin after the events of Ghost of Tsushima. We get to see pretty much everything that he got up to. You know, he was writing haikus. I don't know if that first building that we came across was just a place for him to rest his armor, or if he kept up with his training. But anyway, we found his house, found his home, and I think there was a sword thief inside who wanted the Stormblade for himself. Because remember, if you remember, the Kitsune, before his demise by the hand of Atsu, the Kitsune was looking for his grave, I think, because, you know, the tale of the first shinobi was passed on, and the way that Jin fought during the events of Ghost of Yōtei and the invasion of Tsushima Island from the Mongols. It was what was later named the Way of the Shinobi. But you know, we found there's a sword thief. We fight him. It was annoying as usual, and we're able to claim the Stormblade. It is back in my rightful hands, and Uegetsu tells us the tale. Finally tells us the tale, one that we already know, or at least I already know, of one of the greatest and most honorable men in video game history, in my opinion, Jin Sakai. And it was an emotional moment for me, bro, because Ghost of Tsushima was really the game that got me into video games specifically. Like none of this would be like, bro, me talking into this mic at fucking 12:30 in the morning, tired and exhausted, playing these games for hours and hours, on a hard difficulty, and you know, recording it, everything. None of it would be possible without Ghost of Tsushima, bro. None of it. I'm telling you. If that game hadn't come out when it did, that game wouldn't come out when it did. And there's another game too, but that's a topic for discussion of another time, bro. But you know, Ghost of Tsushima has a very real place in my heart, and that's why I took to loving this game from the moment it was announced. So yeah, we're almost finished, ladies and gentlemen. Just lock in. So after that, you know, we claim the Stormblade and everything like that. But after that, we go back to the castle. We meet up with Jubei and Oyuki, and we came up with a plan to capture the spider in order to lure out the dragon. You know, we killed two birds with one stone, and everyone agrees, because if I'm not mistaken, the dragon had a camp that was relatively nearby, and he was like putting on a performance with like fireworks and everything like that. So it will be very easy to slip in, capture him, and slip out. I don't know why she showed up. Well, we know why, but Kiku showed up. Even though it was dangerous, she don't listen to nobody, just like her damn auntie. And she showed us a way to get inside without really being noticed. And then everyone knows the deal, bro. You know, we cut through the guards. We was slipping and sliding through them bitches and everything like that. And we finally make it inside to kind of where the actors and actresses are getting ready at, and we find out the name of the performance that the spider is actually putting on is called, if I'm not mistaken, it's called the Night of the Burning Tree, which, you know, he's basically putting on a theatrical version of the night that he slaughtered Atsu's family. He's drunk, he's laughing at the whole thing. Atsu puts on this broken mask, and Oyuki kind of calls it out, saying that it is broken. But I think Atsu was like, you know, like, brother, like, that's kind of like the point. Like, I'm broken because of this motherfucker, and all of his homies, and 3 of them is dead. So like, who really caring? So Atsu goes inside to where the performance is being held, talks to the spider, confronts him face to face, and she basically kills everybody in there except for the spider. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she slaughtered all those men. It was terrible. But really, like, I had mixed feelings about it. I have mixed feelings about it now. Not at the time. I was just enjoying the game. And you'll hear it in my voice. Like now that I've had time to sit back and actually look at the full picture, Atsu was bugging out. Okay, she did not have to do all that. But all that death and destruction came at a cost, actually, because after we killed his men and took him prisoner, Kiku sees the aftermath. She sees everything. She sees Atsu's bloody body. She sees all the men dead lying on the ground, and that really put it in perspective. I mean, not, like I said, not at the moment, not at the moment, but it really put it in perspective to me. Absolutely, that like bro, like, everything that you're doing, like, it's gonna like bro, like we have like a family now. You know, we have a family, and like Atsu just needs to be on her better behavior, bro, because it just wasn't. None of it was just. It wasn't it, bro. Not at all. Now, actually, after we captured the spider,
How is she doing?
I guess he was taken back to, Matemai castle to be held prisoner. And I think that Jubei wanted to question him. Jubei and Atsu wanted to question him about
I didn't want her to see me like that.
something. I can't remember for the life of me, but Iku was there talking to him, bro, and that just didn't sit right with me. Like, like, why you talking to him, bro? Like, you can't be that curious. I guess you can, bro. Like, she's been sheltered, and she, it's a whole thing. After that, Atsu, Jubei, Kiku, and Oyuki, they spend the whole day together. It was actually a really nice few scenes. And I should have known that it was the calm before the storm because everything was so nice and peaceful. They teach Iku how to sword fight, how to forge for like mushrooms and stuff like that, how to cook. Kiba showed up, the wolf showed up. The wolf showed up. Iku followed Atsu to go help the wolf. They sat by the campfire. They sang their campfire song, their CAMPFIRESONG song. In fact, they drank sake. They told stories. They sang songs. It was just a beautiful time. And I think it was a really unfamiliar sense of calm to Atsu, and I think it was really supposed to be something that she was supposed to not learn from, but she was supposed to enjoy it. But I think it was supposed to put in perspective of her what her hunts for the Yōtei 6 could possibly tear apart and ruin. We're almost done, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. Just bear with me for like a few more minutes. Grab some popcorn, man. Grab a Twinkie. Grab some ramen. Some bao buns. Some steak stew. Some cheese steaks. Get a sandwich. Me personally, I like me a nice little roast beef and cheddar or an Italian hero. You know what I mean? Get a thing of McNuggets, or go to Wendy's, get the spicy nuggets. Get you some Wingstop or something, bro, with a nice cold beverage. Me personally, get you some Polar seltzer, bro. The raspberry lime, that don't be hitting. Or if you want a little bit some more sugary, get you an orange juice, some cranberry juice, some elderberry and cranberry juice, some soda, which are not good for you. Some orange soda, some cream soda. Me personally, I like the sangria sodas. Get you some fruit punch sodas, anything like that. Or you want like a little thirst quencher, get you a Gatorade. Red all day over here, baby. But anyway, after the phenomenal day that we had with our family, we carry out the plan to use the spider as bait to lure out the dragon. And unfortunately, I don't know if Saito, if he expected it, but he brought a lot of troops with him. And then, so the plan was, I think the plan was originally for the dragon to come on a boat, and he was gonna try to pick up his brother, and they were gonna capture the dragon. Saito actually showed up himself, so there was two boats, and then they had a group of land troops in another direction to attack the castle directly. It was low-key a pincer move. This is where things get kind of icky. The dragon himself shows up in front of Atsu's face with all this death and destruction going around. Saito pulls up next to him, and he instructs his son to kill the Onyo. Now, Jubei, thinking like a rational and responsible adult, says, Atsu, we need to go rescue Iku. We need to go make sure that she's safe and sound. Atsu says, but they're right there, big brother. Jubei says something along the lines of, bro, like, it's not worth it. Let that hate and shit go. But Atsu doesn't. He turns her back to her brother and Oyuki. She turns her back to her brother and Oyuki and faces her enemy, the dragon and the spider, and she engages them in battle, bro. Now, it did take a little while, but I did cut the head of the dragon.
I love it so
Atsu has slain the dragon, ladies and gentlemen, and the spider runs in horror. But upon this realization that she's slain her enemy,
Get that man.
then she wants to think about her family. So she runs back into the castle, cutting down whoever's in her way, only to realize that they are gone. Atsu starts looking, I think she starts looking outside the castle, but you know, Kiku finds her,
I know.
and she tells Atsu that her father,
They want
Jubei,
you to be safe.
and
You
Oyuki
have to go.
have been taken prisoner
Abandon him.
by Saito bitch ass himself. The first bit of rational thinking Atsu does in the past, I don't know, however many minutes of the attack,
Can't take a chance. Saito's
she
leg
brings
might
Kiku back to
Nah,
her home,
fucking
not the
crazy, bro.
castle, her Atsu and Jubei's home, the one that she's been fixing up with the tree. Atsu swears to Kiku that she will find her father
where we all
and
slept.
Oyuki.
So,
Now I did have my doubts,
yet we were
but
happy.
I don't know. Like I said, bro, she made the wrong decision at the beach. She did. She should have went with her family. No amount of revenge for
Kiku.
something that happened in the past is worth destroying your future. Hold that. That's a Mirzo quote right there. Live by that creed, yo. Real shit. After we bring Kiku home, we go back to Mount Yōtei, where we hope to find Hanbei, which is the same gentleman who rescued us at the beginning of the episode, right? Full circle. We find him after a beautiful. Okay, let me full transparency. Okay, so from the point where Atsu leaves to go to Mount Yōtei to talking with Hanbei. Let me just tell you what happened, right? So she went to Mount Yōtei to talk with Hanbei. Hanbei gave her some very excellent advice about, you know, letting go of the past, all that yada yada yada, and basically gives her kind of like an idea of where the spider would be hiding out after he he saw his brother die. We go to the Saito burial, the Saito family burial ground, and you know, we find them and then we chase them up the mountain, right? So from the point of going to find Hanbei to the point where I finally climb up the mountain to confront the spider, all that footage is gone, bruh. Okay, it's not that it's gone, it's just that my OBS was tweaking when I streamed it and recorded it, and the screen on OBS was frozen as I was playing the game. I don't know what happened to it, and I'm way too lazy to actually go back and actually play it respectfully. So the next bit of footage that you'll all see is my fight with the spider, right? The spider doesn't believe that Atsu is capable of not killing him, and that everything that she's saying is a trick, but when in reality all she wants to do is find her brother and Oyuki. So they fight, and I won't lie to y'all, I did put that bit on easy mode. Respect. Look, I mean, I put it on medium. I put it on medium mode. I put it on medium. And I'll tell you why. From the point of when I killed the dragon to the point where I fight the spider, a very long time had passed. Like a very long time. I played Dispatch. I went on vacation. Started playing Fortnite and Marvel Rivals more. It was a lot of things going on. And I got in like a weird space that no one really cares about on YouTube. You just want to see the gameplay, but just know that a really long time passed from those 2 points. So yes, I did put it on medium because I just kind of wanted to get this game finished, and you know, no one wants to see me. I didn't want to have to record fucking 2 hours of footage just to kill one guy or to defeat one guy. But Atsu defeats the spider. And it wasn't forgiveness. It wasn't forgiveness. But she did cross his name off her sash and left him alive. And he agreed to show Atsu where Saito was holding Jubei and Oyuki. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the episode. What a journey, right? What a journey. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. Like I said, from the point that this video was posted to, I want to say about the end of January, maybe in the middle of February, we're going to be wrapping up all the loose ends that I created on the channel, all the series that I failed to finish because I got a lazy mindset or wanted to move on to a new game. Never again, okay? And if you're wondering why I didn't add Minecraft to the list earlier, is because Minecraft is a game that I always had in my mind as to be a, I don't want to put it, kind of like a breath of fresh air, kind of like a I don't know how, like, kind of like, think of it like you know how in comic books, well, I don't know if anyone even still buys paper comic books, but I do. But like when you're reading a comic book, they'll have like an ad, right? Like a full page ad in the middle, right? That's kind of what Minecraft is in my mind. Not like an ad, not like an advertisement per se, but kind of like a break from the main content, you know? Like let's say we do 3 weeks and 5 videos of a game, right? Kind of like a breath of fresh air, kind of like a little break for everyone. I'll play Minecraft or I play Marvel Rivals, things like that. But series, I
have to get them.
series like Tell Me Why, Fears the Fathom, Split Fiction, and The Evil Within, I'm definitely going to be finishing up within the next few weeks or so, and that is a Mirror's promise, because like I said, I don't want to look back on anything and have any regrets within the time frame that I'm able to be a content creator, and that I'm actually still making content. So, you know, we have a few episodes of The Evil Within to get through. We have 3 more episodes of Fears the Fathom to get to, which 2 of them are already recorded. And Tell Me Why, I'm gonna break that down into two 2-hour long videos. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one, and I love each and every one of you.